Hi, today we're gonna show this video. I mean, everyone knows, not everyone knows, most the respiratory therapists know the nitric oxide setup, so it's not a problem. But it all depends on which hospital you guys use it a lot, or maybe some hospital you don't use it much. And then some hospitals never use it, but now some hospitals start to use it. So this is for if you already know, that's great. You can even make a video and send it to us, send it to me. But on the YouTube comment, you can say, you can write down your information, and then you can send it to us, and we can share it in my YouTube. So this video is just for someone who's never done it before, okay, and who now start to do it, and I'm just making it really easy, like step by step, okay? So it's easy to follow for you. I'm sure you're gonna get in service from your rep, but this is just extra, okay? And I feel respiratory therapists who are a lot older, who are now start to use nitric oxide for their hospitals, and they would like, I think this would help them. So pretty much that's what it's for, okay? So, okay, here we go. So now, what are the parts you need, okay? This is the nitric oxide, this is gonna come, okay? Your hospital is gonna have latest or older version or whatever, but basically the setups are pretty similar. So these are the things you need, okay? What do you need? Okay, so you need I'm gonna put this aside. What you need is, you need a adapter, okay? It's called gas sample T. Okay, this is called gas sample T. Okay, you need this right here. Okay, this sample is designed so that the sample goes in here, it screws over here, and then the other side goes to the right here, where you see this right here, sample line. This is the sample line. Okay, I'm gonna show you later how it goes, but this is where it goes. This sample line goes here, right here, one end goes here, and then the other end right here, where the filter is, goes right over here, comes slowly, moves slowly, okay, goes right over here. Do you see where nitric oxide is right in front? Do you see a little bit of port here by the glass container, right above it? That's where it goes, okay? This is just that takes the sample line, okay? All right, so we're gonna put it right back, okay? I'm gonna show you later. Okay, so that's what it's for. This is just a sample line, okay? Yeah, okay, we'll put it over here. Done. Now, the second part is the tubing, which we call it. It's a 15 millimeter tubing, which you need later, okay? I'll show you later how it goes, but that's what you need, okay? And the third one, what you need is, you need a adapter again, a 15 millimeter. That fits. You also need that to fit it goes to the tubing, okay? The other end goes to the oxygen tubing, but I'll show you how to set it up. But I'm just showing you what the parts are, okay? So you need one, two, you need a sample T, okay? And then you need a tubing, 15 millimeter tubing, and then you need a 15 millimeter diameter of the connector here, adapter, okay? We got it so far, right? So now you also need a, they're calling it here, cartridge right here. That cartridge comes slowly. That cartridge goes right over here, okay? You see this right here? It pops off, this right here. It pops off, okay? And then you replace it, put it right back in, okay? There you go. So every time you're done with it, or with the patient, you take it out, put a new patient, take this out, put a new one, okay? It's pretty easy to install. I mean, it's easy to snug in there. Okay, so we're good here. Okay, so now fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth items we need is called the gas sample line. So this is called gas sample line, okay? The package comes like this. You see this right here? I just took it out already, okay? This is the sample line, gas sample line, okay? It's called gas sample line, okay? All right, so this is how it comes out. where it goes, I showed you earlier. It goes right over here, comes slowly. It goes right over there. Okay? Right here. You have to come a little bit closer, come here. You're gonna see a little port here. You're gonna go right in here. Okay, snug and just push a little bit and then you twist it. Okay? Twist it to the right side. Righty tighty. Okay, righty tighty. Just a little snug. Just push it. Just pull towards you, and then push this just gently, and then just twist it a little bit. Okay, not too hard. When it stops, just stop. Okay, that's the gas sample line. Okay, that's how it knows how much nitric oxide is delivering to the patient. Okay, so and the other side, other end, right here, goes where I told you earlier, right? Goes to the sample. This is adapter, right? Adapter, sample T. Both has sample. See, both has a word sample, so that's where it matches. Okay, so sample goes right here. What you do is just kind of go a little hole here, just put it inside here, and just twist it to the right. And that's it. Okay, so this is what you need this. Okay, so this is the one that's called sample line, and then sample adapter. Okay, so that's how it goes. All right, so I'm gonna take it out. Matter of fact, I can just put it back. So we already did it, right? So put it back here. Okay, done. All right, so I already did it here. You saw that. I'm gonna hang in here for a while. Okay, I'll show you how you hooks up. Okay, done. All right, now the last one is called nitrogen oxide / nitrogen injector module. Okay, so injection module is the one that connects to the actual module. This is called a injector tube. Okay, injector tube. Sorry, not module. Injector tube. Okay, injector tube. Okay, that injector tube goes to the injector module. You need this thing. This is a main mother. Okay, like a main one item that you need. So that tracks everything, all the nitric oxide, everything. So how it goes? It connects right here. Okay, it doesn't matter which end. Okay, they both fits, so it doesn't matter which end. Like that. You see that? Like that. This is the injector module. Okay, and this is the injector tubing. Okay, so one end goes here. You see this connector here, and then the other end, come over here slowly, goes right over here where it says NO/N2. Okay, NO/N2. That's where it goes. Push it just a little bit to the right. Tight. You're good. How I know it's NO/N2? Because it says here NO/N2. Okay. All right. We're good here so far. We're good. I'm gonna put it over here. I'm gonna hang it over here so you know. I'm gonna show you how the rest of it connects. Okay. All right. We're good so far. Okay. Now, the last steps, not but least, but what we have is the actual. This one, I don't know where the packet is, but it's already open. It looks like, but you're gonna see it comes in a packet also. Okay. This is the actual, I believe, what is this called again? I forgot what it's called, but I think it's called, I think it's the actual cable for the module, okay? For the module here, this actual module that goes, I forgot what it's called, but that actual module that goes to the actual module tubing that goes to the module, okay? Don't get confused with this one. This is the injector module, but this, I believe, is a nitric oxide, I believe it's nitric oxide module, I think, line tubing, I think. But anyway, you can look it up in the manual, what it says, but I'm just showing you how it sets up, okay? So the way you set this up is, do you see the red here? The red button here? Red dot here? Right? Red dot? That red dot has to align with the red dot here. You see the red dot here? Okay? The red dot's over here. You see the arrow down? When you see the arrow down and red dot on top there, it has to match the red dot here. Okay? You see this matching here? Red dot over here, red dot over there. It has to go straight here where the red dot is. Else you have to line it together, and then you gently push it, you hear the snug sound, you're good to go. Okay? Now the other end, same thing. You see the red dot here? You see the red dot over here? Red dot here, and then here, red dot I showed you here, right? Right here. Now the red dot is here too, okay? But if you don't see it, some of it wears out, but it's on the top, okay? Where it says arrow here, you see the little arrow here, down here, arrow, it should be red over here. So in other words, it should hit with the, it should line with this arrow here, okay? So you go here, come this way like this, so you can see. That's it, done. Okay, so now, slowly here, okay? Two lines are connected. This is the sample line, injector line, which is connected already to the nitric oxide / nitrogen display here, okay? And then you have the actual tube, nitrogen tubing here that goes, that delivers the actual the nitrogen oxide goes to the module, and that goes here, and one end goes to the display also. Okay, there you go. I'm just showing you the setup right now, because you know, sometimes we get confused with the setup. Okay, so that's how you set it up. Now what we gotta do? Okay, we're done with this. We're done with this. We're done with this. With this meaning we're done with the gas injector tubing. We're done. Gas sample line, which is right here, we're done. Injector tubing is right here, okay? This is the one, right? We're done. And then this is the one that's cartridge. With cartridges over here, we're done with that. And then, what is this? So adapter, 15mm adapter. It comes in a package, looks similar, right? So that's what it is. 15mm, where do you think it would go? So it's this stuff. All right, so this is how it's supposed to be, okay? This is the right way to connect, okay? So how do you connect this? How did I do this? The way I did it is, this tubing I told you was over here. This sample line I told you was over here, right? It was already here. I showed you where it goes, right? And then this 15mm, which I did not explain, which was over here. Okay, you need that. Okay, so you need the 15mm, and then this right here is adapter. It's over here. Okay, and this is the oxygen tubing that goes to the blender. Look at the blender here. Come closely. The blender. I put it in a blender. Other end. You can take it out. Instead of putting a blender, you can put it in a flow meter, oxygen flow meter over here. Okay. So for now I did put it over here. You'll see why I put it here earlier later in the next video. Okay, and now the other end of the tubing, the oxygen tubing from the blender, goes where? Goes to the adapter 15mm. Okay, now what goes here? It actually says it right here. What goes here is 15mm fits 4.5 tubing, which is this right here. Okay, it goes this way. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Well, it does fit. It does fit. But we're not going to put it here. Okay, we're not going to put it here. People might think that, oh, it goes right over here. It goes to the it fits fine, so it goes to the tubing. No. Okay, it's very confusing. Sometimes you can get easily confused, but don't get confused. So put it right back. What goes here is the 15mm adapter. See that? Okay, 15mm adapter, okay, goes here to the module, the bigger side of the module, the same side of the actual metal tubing. Okay, that's where it goes. Not here, it doesn't fit. See, it doesn't fit, right? So it goes over here. Okay, and this right here doesn't. It fits here, but that doesn't mean it goes here. Why? Because arrow is going this way, right? This module, when you put it on the ventilator, you have to go like this. Whatever comes through the nitric oxide goes here, goes down, and then it has to go to the patient, not back to the blender. So that's why it doesn't fit here. Okay, it has to fit over, go back to fits here in the back of the opposite of arrow. Okay, opposite of the arrow is where adapter, 50 millimeter adapter, and goes here, the oxygen tubing, and the 50 millimeter adapter here. Okay, so far so good. Now you must ask, what goes here? Now what goes here is, this is just a setup for now. Okay, I'm not showing you how to set up on the ventilator. This is just setup pre-use. We're gonna do a pre-use check. In order to do a pre-use check, how do you set it up? That's what I'm explaining right now. Okay, so this is where the adapter, this is where the tubing, the blue tubing comes up. If it's here, it doesn't fit here. Okay, it doesn't fit here, so don't try to look for another adapter if it's just fine here. Okay, you see that so far? Now, what goes here? So, okay, blender is coming here, oxygen, the blender oxygen, or blender the nitric oxide coming from here. Okay, now nitric oxide is going from here. It has to read, right? It has to, at some point it has to read how much we're giving. That's where sample line, I had it early, adapter here, goes over here, goes right over here. Okay, it doesn't fit here, so don't try to look for another adapter. It fits just fine here, so right here. Okay, that's it. Done. Bam. So you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, you got 5, you got 6, okay, which is the oxygen tubing, and then you got 7, the actual metal tubing, injector tubing, okay, and then you got the injector line. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sample line. So you need 9 items, including the cartridge will be 10. So you get everything includes, you need 10 items. Okay, you can see in the manual, but you need 10 items for sure. That's how it comes up, and that's how it is. Okay, so sample, gas sample T, right here. You see that right here? Gas sample T. Okay. 15 millimeter extension, 6-inch tubing, blue tubing, right here. Okay. 1, 2 so far. Okay. And then actual sample line, which is over here. Okay. Gas sample line, right here. The other end goes here, right? That's called gas sample line. Done. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 so far, right? And then you got actual module itself, which is over here. It comes in package to upper here. This is the one. It comes in the package. We already opened it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, right? Now the 5th one, you can order it however you want, but you just need 10 items. So 5th one here, I'm just going by this 5th. It could be 6, 7, whatever. It's up to you. As long as it's for 10 items, you have good enough. So function module here. Then you need a 15 millimeter adapter, which is right here. Okay. Right here, right? Right here. See, I have it right here, right? Goes here. Okay. Okay. You try your best to always put 1 extra 50 millimeter on the back of the nitric oxide. When you set up on the ventilator, you're gonna need it. Okay, you're gonna need 2 of them. So just to make sure. Okay, 1 for the module is set up, and then pre-use setup, 1 for the just in case you need, if you lose someone or you may even need it later on. Just have, always good to have 2. Okay. All right. So then you need the actual small adapter, which is what I call here. Here you go. Adapter, 15 millimeter adapter, right? That goes over here. Okay, goes to the module. So what goes to the module, the actual module itself? What goes directly to here is the 15 millimeter clear one. It comes in clear also, it comes in yellow also. It comes in different colors, right? And then goes to, it's a 15 millimeter adapter. What goes direct to the module is 15 millimeter module, 15 millimeter adapter. And then what goes directly to the other side, the air down, is the tubing, 6-inch tubing. From 6-inch tubing goes to sample line. Sample T. From sample T, sample line. Okay? Now, from the other side, opposite of arrow, is, as I told you, is a 15 millimeter adapter goes directly here. But what goes here is the adapter, small adapter, right? This is 15 meter, I think, I'm not sure, meter tubing right here, okay? And what goes to the meter, for the small purple adapter goes what? To here is the actual oxygen, right? Because that's where the oxygen flows, right? The other side of oxygen, under oxygen goes to the blender. I already did it. See, I showed you earlier, right? I put it here. Okay, that's it. Now, two things we missed. We didn't miss, but we're going to explain again. Okay, now to the module, another thing, two things goes to direct to the module is the sample injector line, which is right here. I showed you earlier how to snug it in. You see that? I showed you earlier, right? Doesn't matter this end, the other end, both fits, goes right here. See that? And the other end goes to the NO/N2 display, right? The actual display, actual display of the logic. And then the last but not least, the injector tubing here goes to the injector module. And I showed you earlier, you have to point it to the red. Okay? I want to take it out just to show you. Take it out again. When you take it out, you have to slowly to the head here, slowly, like this. So push it down, put your finger down. Okay? So just try not to pull it like this, okay? Just slowly like this. Let's snug it a little bit out. Now put it back. You see red one here I told you? That red has to match with the red here. Okay? That red is on opposite of the arrow line, okay? Okay, same line as the oxygen tubing, okay? Right here. Now I'm gonna line it here. Slowly, snug it. Sometimes it's not that easy, but there you go. Okay, this is okay. That's good. And when you have brand new module, obviously it goes maybe some quicker. So that goes. The other end goes to the display nitric oxide injector tubing here. The other end, other port. Okay, that's what how tungsten I told you already, right? So there's a red dot here. There's a red dot here. So you see the little arrow here, it has to match with the, when you arrow down right here, not far away from the arrow down, you see a little red dot here. And that's where it goes. You see right here? Okay, slowly. Just a little to the right and just snug it in. That's all. Don't force it too much, okay? Just a gentle, that's good enough. Okay, that's it. So that's the setup, all right? So that is the setup. Okay, before you do pre-use check, that's the setup, okay? So any question you can write in a comment and we can answer, but that's pretty much how it goes. Okay, we're done here. So how many items here? 1, okay, again. Sample T adapter. It's 6-inch tubing. Sample T line, it's actual line that goes to the filter, attached to the filter. Actual module, and then you have a 15 millimeter adapter, okay? And then you have a smaller one, 15 meter adapter, the smaller one, which is a little darker, okay? Blue, darker, looks like a light blue, light purple. And then you have an oxygen tubing. Okay, and then you have a injector module, injector line, clear line, and then you have a module injector tubing here. Okay, I forgot what this is called. I have to look it up. That's what you need. Okay, and then you need a cartridge here, which is over here, and that's about it. Nothing else. Done.